YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Uche back at it with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing why it's imperative for you to be the person that can smile when you begin your day and why it will set you apart from others who don't. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm not trying to sit there and say you have to do a crazy morning routine. Now, I do have a morning routine. I know a lot of people don't like morning routines. At the end of the day, you got to do what works for you. Some people may wake up at 4 in the morning, go to the gym, read a book. I'm that person. Other people might wake up at 8 and start working and getting things done. I'm not trying to sit there and say, hey, you have to have a special morning routine and it needs to be outlined this way. But what I am trying to say is be that guy, be that girl that can wake up genuinely feeling blessed about where you are in life, knowing where you're going to go. And the reason why you have to be in that state is because once you can actually feel proud about where you are in your life and where you want to go, it helps you build your own personal momentum that you could feel throughout the day to keep crushing it. You know, that same feel you can use throughout the week to keep crushing it. A lot of individuals on their way to work may be miserable, maybe mad. They're drinking their second cup of coffee. It's 6 a.m. They're taking public transportation. And at the end of the day, a lot of people don't like where they're at in life. A lot of people don't like their jobs. They don't like their relationships. They don't like their close circle. They don't like the food they're eating. They're in a constant state of negativity. And a lot of people start off their mornings on the wrong foot. But then when you can sit back, count your blessings, and, be happy for where you're at, be happy for what you have, and be happy that you're working towards where you want to go, it leaves a nice smile on your face while everyone else is miserable. It separates you from the pack. And because of that, it helps you attack your goals throughout the day. One day on my way to work, I was driving through the city, and I'm stuck in traffic because, as you guys know, early in the morning, when everyone goes to the same area, there's going to be traffic. So I'm looking to my left, I'm looking to my right, and I just noticed a lot of people just looked tired. They looked sad, they looked mad. And I'm just like, damn, I don't want to be in that position. Because I already know if I wake up feeling grumpy and mad all the time, it's going to resonate to other people, and it's going to resonate to the things that I have to get done throughout that day or the week. So just after looking at a bunch of people who just looked mad all day long, and mind you, they do the same thing every day. They go to work, they come back, they eat their dinner, rinse and repeat. Go to work, come back, eat their dinner, rinse and repeat. They have 1 or 2 days off, and then they do the same thing over and over again. My goal is to live every day like it's a Friday. I don't even care if I have to go to work or if I'm working on my business. To me, every day is a Friday, because when every day is a Friday, you're in a constant state of elation. You actually like what you're doing. You don't allow negative energy to bring you down. And unfortunately, a lot of people allow their current lives and their current work schedule to bring them down. So the thing that I did that helped me get to that level was, 1, count my blessings. We always count the things we don't have. We always pray for the things that we want to achieve, but why don't you just count your blessings before you start asking for the things you want to obtain in life, right? Why don't you be happy that you have an able body, that you have working hands, that you may have a car to go to work, that you may be able to speak fluently, that you may be able to have access of clean food and clean water, that you have goals outlined for you to get to the next level, and you're doing everything possible to get there. You may not see the growth at that given moment, but you definitely will see results at the end of the year if you keep attacking the paint without turning back. A lot of people want to see instant results, and then it keeps them in a constant state of confusion. You don't want to be in that situation. So let's say you're in my scenario where you have a day job and you also have a business you want to scale up when you get home. On your way to work, instead of getting angry about going to work for a job you may not like, why don't you just look forward to the work you're going to do when you get home? Why don't you just think about all the things you've accomplished on the side and imagine what can be done when you have more time for yourself? Now, if you like what you do for work, then you're a very lucky individual, because a lot of people don't. So that could be one thing you can be fortunate enough that, hey, I actually enjoy what I do. Hey, I actually like the job that I've been working towards for the past 10, 20, maybe 30 years. Now, if you are that person who doesn't like what they do, why don't you actually appreciate that you have a position, even if it isn't a job that you want to have? Let's say you're not making a lot of money. Having a lot of money is very subjective. It just depends on who you are and where you live. But let's just say, you're making 30, 40, 50K. A lot of people would say that's not a lot of money. And you might not like where you're at in your life because of the amount of money you're making. Why don't you start off by just being happy that you actually have a job? There are millions of people in this world who would literally kill to be in your position. And that's another thing that really humbled me as well. Once again, I don't have a crazy story. about the little kid that grew up in the trenches. No, I had a pretty good life, I'm not gonna lie. But one thing I will say is, once again, I am here and I want to go all the way up here. While I am here, there's a lot of people who are way down here who would love to be where I'm at. So that's another thing that actually humbled me, because while I'm over here looking up, other people are looking down, looking up at where I'm at. Would love to be where I'm at. Would love to have what I have, you know? So once you think that way, it changes your entire perspective. And even if you don't have a good setup, right? Maybe you don't have a strong family, maybe you don't have a good support group, a good friend group, there is definitely something in your life you can appreciate. When you change your mindset, you're able to see and think differently. And because of that, it gives you a more positive mindset that you can carry out throughout your journey. Sometimes you may be around individuals who just complain and are bitter all day long. And the reasons why they may complain may not be important for the topic that I'm breaking down, but at the end of the day, if the next person complained, you might complain. You want to get away from that negativity and get away from people who thinks that the world is always against them. Everything doesn't go their way. They don't like their job. They don't like their bosses, their coworkers, their managers, their superiors. They don't like their friends. They don't like the government. Like, whatever the case may be, like, everyone's always complaining about something. You just got to tune out from that and just focus on what you got going on. Because when you can focus on what you have going on and once again, count your blessings, once again, be fortunate that you actually have something to work towards, it makes you appreciate things completely differently. And once you can appreciate things differently, like I said, you're going to wake up with a smile on your face. You're going to go to bed with a smile on your face. And if you back it up with actions, if you back it up with execution, it'll make you feel better when you sleep at night. Once again, all of this is a mindset game. The moment you change your mindset is the moment things will change for the better for you. Once you're able to win the war up in here, you'll be able to win the war in the real world. It's your boy Uche, and I'm out.